Hello, everybody. Very good afternoon to you. Another beautiful day is upon us when we go through the stock market and look for opportunities to invest, to make money, and grow our portfolio. It's a beautiful day we have right here, and I hope it is the same with you over at your location. Thank you very much for joining every wealth seeker in the house. You are simply amazing. Permit me to use one more minute to celebrate you all. I see you every day, and it gives me the inspiration to continue what I'm doing, because you are just a reminder that just like I had this intention to look for legitimate income wherever it is, whereby whatever I earn I can use to make money for myself, I went searching for it, and you are just a reminder. Every passing day we come here together to congregate, to look for opportunities. Indeed, I salute you, and surely you have come to that place where you will get your money's worth. And of course, the time you put in will never be in vain. Most of your stocks are looking good, especially the penny stocks. We are now in that era of penny stock bull run, and hopefully some of your penny stocks are waking up to be a part of the game. Thank you very much, everybody. This is how I wish to begin today. Congratulations to you all. No matter what your portfolio looks like, the simple intention and desire to build your wealth is something very commendable, and I must encourage you to stay at it, trust the process, and by the time the year is coming to an end, you are surely going to be far better off than you began, especially when we look at what your net worth is all about. Thank you very much. I already have a caller. Okay, Maobi is in the building, ready to go on the very first minute already. It's been standing by. Hello, Maobi. Very good afternoon to you, if you can hear me. And of course, you know how we do it here. We keep power tapping the screens from start to finish. So get busy, everyone. Let's get many more Nigerians, whether they are abroad or in Nigeria or any part of the world, to be a part of this, because I have come to realize that there are so many people who need the information we are sharing, and they are not aware of it. I've been receiving calls from abroad most lately. Just last night, I had a discussion with a couple, and the mother of, or the wife was looking forward to getting her son a birthday gift in the form of opening a stock brokerage account for him. So I recommended a minors account, and they were really amazed at the opportunities that the federal government federal government Sukuk bond offers, something they will never see abroad because of the very meager or low interest rates obtainable out there. So when they say 19.75% that we ignore, they are really excited and just want to be sure it's true, and they pounce on it. That's the kind of thing going on here. Thank you very much, my early gifters already in the house. I thank you, Atkins. Thank you very much, Cobb. I see you there, Phronesis. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you. So here we go. Very good morning to you, Maobi. Thank you, Atkins. I see you there. Maobi, your greetings to the house before we proceed. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
I'm trying to experiment.
Good afternoon to you, Coach, and also good afternoon to everybody in the house.
YouTube video, so I decided to connect this microphone. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Sure. Can you hear me though?
The mic is connected to the
Coach,
TikTok,
I can hear you loud and clear,
system.
very clearly.
So I would like my TikTokers to respond very quickly. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, say yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so where do we have the challenge? Maobi, I can see your response, so I can be heard. And I want to be able to filter the noise in the background so that the sound quality going forward in the YouTube videos that will be uploaded from now should be better. So don't be surprised one day you will see me with an earpiece and all of those things, just to improve on the uploaded videos. Thank you very much for your responses on TikTok. Now, I really want to hear. I want to be sure that I can also hear. So hello, Maobi, if you can hear me, can you speak up? Okay.
Yeah, hello, coach. I can hear you loud and clear. Can you
Looks
hear
like
me?
I can't hear you. Can anybody hear Maobi on TikTok? If you can hear him, just say who can hear Maobi. Hello, Maobi. Something is wrong at your end, I guess, because
Yeah, okay. I think I'll just go ahead and make my submission.
beautiful.
Yeah,
I can hear you now. Excellent. Thank
possibly.
you very
Okay, I
much.
will reconnect. All right, thank you.
What went wrong there? Were you using an earpiece or something? Okay, so
It's about where it's another Tuesday, and I think it will be a fun. Okay, let me try to. Yeah, can you hear me now? Is
absolutely
it
loud
much
and clear
better
from my
now?
end. Yes, it is.
Hello, coach.
Loud and
Okay,
clear.
fantastic. So it's another Tuesday, and I believe that today will be another Tuesday to behold. The market started, yeah, the market started on a little bit panicky note today, with Fidelity Bank investors panicking a little bit. But like you will always say, if you are in Network Investors Club, like you posted yesterday on your story, you should know when to ignore the noise and when to pay attention to the noise. So right now, and for me, the first opportunity I'm seeing today will be in Fidelity Bank, because for me, buying around 18, in my opinion, is a bargain for a stock with a market capitalization of over 1 trillion naira. So we are ready to go again. We are ready to bring news to the world. Like you said, you spoke to some couples yesterday talking about investment to them, especially to Nigerians in diaspora. This is a place to. Your retirement age will be fun. So I'll be hanging out on here to, talk to one or two people that might need to be spoken.
All right, thank you very much. A very resourceful man will be there, always available and sacrificing his time just like I do, and most of you also. So we go ahead with that statement. I'll pick it up from you there. Fidelity Bank, a Supreme Court judgment. Yesterday when I got the news in the course of the live session and my comment was sought, I said, well, whatever judgment it is, it has to go through the processes whereby Fidelity will also eventually need to appeal up to the apex court. Well, in the course of getting the more details on that situation, I found out that it was actually a Supreme Court ruling. So that's a ruling from the highest court in the land, which means there's no further appeals to be entertained. But listen closely. The news has it that Fidelity was slammed with a 225 billion naira damages on an Ibadan-based firm, Sagecom Concept, over a protracted tort dispute. Further details into that story really states clearly that it's not only Fidelity that is involved. In fact, Fidelity was actually a lender. It was the construction giant involved is G Kappa. Most of you know this G Kappa. I think they were Italians. They used to also be quoted. G Kappa used to be quoted on the Nigerian Stock Exchange many years ago. Anyway, the long and short of it is that that Supreme Court judgment is coming out now, and the 225 billion naira damage is actually, first of all, based on the current exchange rate. In any case, it was dollar denominated as a 2016 or so, 2008 or something like that, when the matter started. And so this Supreme Court judgment was meant to uphold a decision by the lower court that was made many years ago. And so Fidelity is now, first of all, Fidelity has issued a statement and said, yes, it's true, But that cost is not only on them. Number one, G Kappa, the construction company, is also going to share in it. Number two, going by the exchange rate at the point of initial judgment before it was appealed up to the Supreme Court, the actual damage should be between 30 billion and is it 15 billion or something like that, and not the 225 billion being bandied about in the media. Well, the media has reported what they have to report, but eventually further interpretation will be given, and I'm sure that finally it will be something that can be handled, and both parties, or the three parties, will eventually settle and the matter will be closed. But the fact is that I know is that there is going to be a strong argument against the date of that exchange rate determination. If Supreme Court is upholding a judgment by the lower court based on what the exchange rate was then, that is what should hold. So in the final analysis, it may not end up being a 225 billion naira judgment. The problem is people have rushed without understanding the details to go and sell their stocks as low as 18 naira per share. Even the CBN has come out already to make a statement that there's no threat to any bank in Nigeria with reference to this court judgment on Fidelity and G Kappa. So please stay calm, understand yourself. These banks are highly capitalized and they cannot take up liabilities that it will sweep them out of existence just like that. It's not really going to happen. The most important thing to know is that Fidelity is in a good position to also go into further negotiations after the interpretation to settle this amicably. You really haven't heard the kind of fines that these banks pay when they break some of these CBN rules. They pay a lot of fines in billions of naira. So do not panic and go and sell your Fidelity Bank's stocks, because like Maobi stated, 18 naira is a bargain. Fidelity Bank is eventually going to be a 25 naira stock. We've already seen it test 21, 22. So if you see at 18, fantastic, it's good to buy. That's the case, and it's important for us to point this out here. Just in case you are also a customer of Fidelity Bank and you are threatened, please relax yourself. That thing is not anything. That was how GT Bank was also threatened during their court case with Innocent Motors. Okay, but what happened? The bank continues to exist. They've settled out of court. Things are moving on fine. So, ladies and gentlemen, seek clarity before you act. Otherwise, you will carry your gold and throw as trash. Somebody will be saying thank you very much and buy it very cheap, and then the price will rebound. In any case, for this reason, let's go and see what the solution is with Fidelity in the market. Right now, it's at 18 naira 60 kobo, so a recovery from the initial sell-off. This is not America where every little news will just turn things upside down. Well, there is still a lot of offers. 46,000 offers versus 46 million offers versus 16.8 million bids. In any case, price currently 18 naira 60 kobo, which is also a very good long-term position to take. So let's go straight to some of your questions that have been building up in the course of this discussion. It's good to clear the air, and anybody else who comes in to ask any questions about Fidelity will have to go onto the YouTube channel where it will be uploaded for listeners to take their notes. Okay, thank you very much everybody who's been part of it already. It's been a lively one, and we will see how we proceed. Rebuild and Rise says, what's happening to honey floor? Any news? Why is the price dropping? Rebuild and Rise, get used to it. You remember, I wasn't encouraging anyone to buy anymore the way it jumped. It's a normal procedure. If you witness the movement of Honeywell floor, it always shoots up and begins to find a way to come back down, and then tries to sustain a new support level. Yesterday, I tried as much as possible without any illustration or any opportunity to do any kind of notes, try to explain support level and resistance level. So When it hits 18, that's maybe there is a resistance there, then it will look for a new support. Having been around 11 for so long, 11, 12 for so long, it shot up to 18. That's a whole lot. And as long as news is not emanating from the buyout as planned earlier by the parent company, you will continue to witness movements like this. So currently it's looking for a new support because it's no longer going to, I don't see it going down to the 13 and 12 that it used to be. So let's watch and see what new support level is established. But there is already a resistance, and that resistance is like it wants to restrict it from touching 20. So the next attempt after establishing a good support, if it manages to establish a support around 17 and cements that spot to live and stay above 17 for long enough, then the next shooting will go above 20, where it will now try to find a way to establish a support above 20. But I expect a very strong resistance around that 20 range whenever it tries to shoot into 20. So that's basically what's happening. The market never moves on a straight line, never. That's why we don't chase stocks here. As you can see, it's happened that TIP is now finding a new support. Just before I came on live, it has been battling to stay above 6, sold at 6 for so long after selling higher than 6 in the the early opening hours of trading. But just before I came on live, it was already selling at 599. So it is struggling to see that it doesn't stay below 6. Such is the characteristic trend of daily price movement, if you like, technical analysis and movement of stock prices. Coach, please, between Cadbury and USCN, which one is best to buy? I want to add one of them to my portfolio. Kiddies were in Lagos. I will go straight for USCN. There's a lot of upside in USCN, and it's good that you take position there. But if the money is substantial enough, it won't be bad to split it between the both, because Cadbury has posted some very sweet first quarter results that will ensure it doesn't drop below 35. Currently, I think at 37 something, and any moment from there, it will get back above 40. Already, Cadbury has touched above 40, USCN hasn't. So if the money is substantial enough, it's good to split amongst the two. USCN simply because there still is an upside since it's wavering between 33 and 34. Okay, so but Cadbury fully because another scenario is this. I may want to go for Cadbury simply because I may not be able to catch up with Cadbury later. But because the first quarter result of USCN has not been too fantastic, I am sure I can buy USCN less than I can buy Cadbury now. So you can decide to pursue after Cadbury, knowing that should it shoot above 40, you may never see it to buy below 40. Whereas there is still a chance to buy USCN later on, still below 40. That's my point. Just a big Solami says, what's the best price to buy Charms? As we speak now, if you see Charms at 2 naira 30 kobo, that's okay, because it's not looking like it's going to be any cheaper unless you've got to take a serious patience pill. You know, I tell people patience pill is a capsule, invisible capsule, but you can take it and then relax and not be moved and decide to just wait at say 2 naira 20 kobo, because it's looking very difficult now to get at 210, right? So Charms, easy to buy at 230 if you do not want to wait and you are under the fear of missing out, then 230. Otherwise, 220. But 210 is going to be very difficult. Let's see what's happening with Charms. I think as your questions come up, I would like to always go back to these stocks to see what the situation is. So off we go to check out what's happening with Charms. Charms, where are you? That's it. 231. Yesterday it closed at 232. but today it's at 231. There is already nearly 1 million bids at 230. That confirms the level of confidence investors or traders now have in that stock. Somebody staked almost 1 million naira, 1 million shares bid for chance at 2 naira 30 kobo. Now, as it is, it's looking like this person already bid 1 million and they've sold parts to it, to him. Currently, to him or her, currently it's 895,201 shares bidded for. One block bid at 2 naira 30 kobo, right? So current bid and offer status, total bid is 7.7 million, and then total offers is at 5.4 million. That's the position with charms. All right. Okay. Kindly share the Atlas portfolio link, sir. I did DM you yesterday on IG. Well, after the live session, I'll do so, since I do not have. I can't be pausing the live session and going away. Just a bit. So Lami also is asking, what's the best price to buy NIDF? I saw it being traded at 119 today. For NIDF, I think there is still time to buy it cheaper than 119, 120. That's because first quarter dividend has already been paid. The next interesting thing to happen will be the second quarter dividend. And we are in May. January, February, March, that's first quarter. April, May, June. So the end of next month will be the most critical time to have taken position in NIDF if you want to benefit from the second quarter dividend. So you can be patient there and stay by at. I saw some trades go on, was it on Monday or on Friday at 111 or 113. So for me, ideal price to buy is at 113 naira per share. Place your bid there, watch the bid and offer status, and make up your mind whether to wait, because you still have enough time. There's nothing to rush about, and it's currently not going to trade more than 122 naira per share. So if it's trading for 119, for instance, let's see what it is. NIDF 112. Can you see that? The last transaction on NIDF, 53,000 shares, is at 112. Look at that. So serious attention is currently on NIDF from what I'm seeing here. For the first time, I'm seeing as much as 582,000 bids and also 592,000 offers. So a whole lot of attention is right here now on NIDF. If somebody traded 53,000 shares at 112 naira per share, that's a fantastic bargain. Remember, before I looked at the screen, I said 113 is my ideal entry price, and if it's at 112, you find it, that's cool. A lot of offers, over 91,000 offers at 112. So bids at 112. So you may want to put in a bid at that 112 or say 113. Okay. Kizzy Empire says, honey floor, should I sell? Depends on how much you bought it and your purpose for buying. If you feel like selling, feel free. You are the CEO of your portfolio. If you are not following me, you are losing money. I can tell you that for free. Victor Wells says, tip 599 is a good buy. Absolutely. Anything under 6, I think it's time to start taking position in tip, but expect still for it to drop. Good day, coach. Can I buy down sugar at 41 in Keoma B? I think you can buy, but not at 41. Look towards buying at 38. I saw it traded at 38 today before it went back up to 40. So check well, stay patient. Good day, coach. Your NVAX is performing, simple money. Okay, NVAX is now at 7. Remember when I mentioned it at 599 and so on and 6? Well, we're just waiting to see one full swing. If you see that stock jump, boom, sell, because it will still come down. It's a perfect swing trade, and we're just watching to continue to enjoy it. So the way you are sounding, it looks like you actually took position and you are enjoying the ride. That's a good one. Thank you for your feedback. Oh, really? Purple Hibiscus is giving us update that there was news about new COVID vaccine contract. Somebody was asking in the group when I mentioned NVAX that how come the stock dropped from 200 to $6 right now or $5 then? And I just laughed because I remember it was the reigning stock during COVID. Man, this stock made many multimillionaires. The stock kept jumping because it was in the forefront of looking for vaccine. When the whole world is under threat, and then biomedical stocks, right? Were all over the place. Everyone who is doing any kind of investigation and eventually gets any form of advancement in their R&D, once it hits the news, the stock price, boom. So that was when NVAX really blew up and went to over $200 per share. Sir, at what price do you think I should average down on my tip? Everywhere, anywhere you see it under 5, just go ahead. For now, we are patiently just waiting for it to let the water settle, and let's let long-term investors take their long-term position. I told you this earlier, that there are a lot of investors that are in it just for trading alone, and they don't have a problem. The money is not theirs, the money is bulky, and once they record very huge profit, they start selling off, and that sell down will bring the price down. So when they finish, then long-term position investors can take time to settle in. So anywhere under 6 is good, and I think this is a good week for that stock to really come down. But let's be very patient. This is a marathon stock where we're going to stay long in it. So that means you don't also buy off the total quantity you're really targeting, right? The best approach is to buy them in bits. You see it at 590 or 580, you buy, you wait a while, it will still keep going up and down. You see it below the 580 you bought, you say thank you very much, you take some more. But should it begin to show signs of being scarce again, it's a signal that it may not just be available below what you bought last, and then you start taking some more before it jumps and continues its ride. However the fluctuation happens, because it's a very long-term hold, you're going to just be patient and keep accumulating until you're done. Okay, hello Clean, thank you very much. Victor Gerald says, can I buy Fidelity now? Absolute 100% go ahead, buy your Fidelity, because eventually it will not trade below 20 after a while. Clean says, my coach with style. Well, I don't understand the style you are seeing here. It's still me and the same not tie and shirt. Just trying to keep it simple though, but I understand. Thank you very much. Which website are you using to check the stock? Chiejine Ubome. I work with my Atlas Portfolios platform. That's what I use here. It's a web portal that you can also use your phone to search. Can I buy down sugar? Okay, I've responded to that. NIDF sold for 112. Okay, we saw all of that. Thank you very much. What of Aradel at 503? R2, I can guess very correctly now that you are using an app which is reporting the closing price of yesterday. And so you may just be deceived into putting a bid at 503 and buying higher than you could have bought intraday at 400 and 470 something. Let's see. Let me do you a favor this morning, even if you are using an app. 547 naira, 547 naira 80 kobo. So while you are looking at your app and seeing 503, I can look here and tell you, putting a bid at 457, you will still be able to buy. These are the challenges that a lot of people really do not know. And thank God you are here, everybody who now knows this, and you can just continue to profit from the little knowledge and loopholes that exist in the market to your advantage very legitimately so. What's your thought on Owando Cocoa trades? Owando is one leg in, one leg out. One step forward, one step backwards. Sometimes it becomes one step forward, two steps backwards. That's because there's no consistency, no trust. So the money chasing Owando and milling around Owando stock is always a trading fund. People are now waiting for the next jump that Owando will make based on whatever news that comes up in the media. And then boom, they sell and it comes back down. Owando just left 43, 45 to 53, 54. And it's currently now languishing there because there is no sustained financial performance yet. A lot of prospects there, a whole lot of prospects there, but it's really looking like you will have to really be patient to benefit from it. Now, what is going to happen is after it has jumped down from 43, 48 to 54 as we speak, if there is no other news coming up about what Owando is doing outside their financial reports, then the next thing to happen is they will eventually start selling off again, and then it will drop below 50. So it's going to be a ding-dong affair with Owando until something very concrete comes up that shoots the price higher. So up to you to decide what you want to do. Okay, Roll official says QTX is on fire. Well, we are waiting to patiently enjoy that fire eventually. We'll get back to the screen to see what's happening with these stocks very soon. Coach, I have some cash. I just got champs now. I have the following on my list: QTix, Cadbury, Vitafoam, Dang Sugar. I wish to go all in. Interesting stock. Tijani Ibrahim, good one. Your picks are very, very futuristic and hold some great value going forward. Which of the four options should I go for? Okay, you want to load up on more. Currently, what looks really interesting, in fact, even Vitafoam was jumping this morning. They were loading a lot of offers, yet the stock price was still jumping. I think it moves from 54 to 59 or thereabouts. I think it even touched 60. So let's see what's happening with Vitafoam. Let's begin with that. Vita currently 56. Okay, 56. At the moment, 1.4 million bids versus 1.8 million offers. That's Vitafoam. The other is Cadbury. Cadbury looks like what you should buy amongst them. Let's see, Cadbury 37.80. I think that's a good entry price for Cadbury at the moment. Even though there are bids for 37.60, there is an offer for 37.80, and that's the last purchase price in the market. And then for QTix, QTix is trying to jump away. 2 naira 90 kobo. In fact, QTix even sold at 2.95 at some point, but it's looking like more sellers are coming to sell. Currently, 9 million QTix traded, 26 million naira in value. So you may want to hold on a bit and see if you can accumulate some more QTix under 2 naira 80 kobo. Let's see how it goes. For now, it's 290. So a little bit of patience. Dangote Sugar, if you find that 37 is good, okay. It traded as high as 41 today because it closed at 41, 45 yesterday, but currently at 38.75. So if you do not have enough of it and it's very close to your initial entry price, you can go ahead to buy that. Let me check out for any callers, even as I see. Okay, we have callers. Maobi, I'll have to readmit you, please. Don't be weary. Every time it knocks you off, please come back on. Then let's go on to hear from Clean. It's been a while. You touched down earlier. I hope everything is going on fine with you and your family following the report you gave us. Hello, Clean.
Hello, Coach.
Yes, many people may not know your name, but please tell us your name and where you're streaming from following the protocols.
Yeah, my name is Chris. Screaming from Lagos.
It's good to have you, Chris.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you, Coach. Thank you so much. I last week on Friday, I asked a question: what stocks can my wife buy?
And I mentioned
Dividend paying stock. Yeah. You just mentioned only one, and somehow you got distracted and you didn't
you
finish
wanted
up.
more. Wanted more than one?
Yeah, something like that. But then, while I'm even calling, I've also convinced my sister to also, get into the stock.
Okay.
So I've sent her the link to register with Atlas, and which she has done. I helped her do the registration and all that. So, but she's telling me that she bought shares about about 10, 15 years ago, right? She bought shares 10, 15 years ago with, I think, Access Corp, Intercontinental. So I told her, okay, no problem. I will, our coach will come up online, then I will ask him and we'll see how it goes from there.
Okay, so she doesn't have any sort of claim over those shares at the moment. That is the situation.
Sorry, coach.
That is to say, she's really not in touch with the stocks, doesn't have any papers, or haven't received dividend. That is
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but she said she misplaced the paper or something like that. So
okay. What's her name?
Ohale Ijoma Vivian.
Can you spell Ohale? O-H-A-I.
Ohale.
Okay, A-L-E. Ijoma
Vivian.
Vivian. Okay.
Yeah.
Ijoma Vivian Ohale, Coronation Insurance, Ijoma Vivian Ohale, Legacy Access Bank, Ijoma Vivian Ohale, Access Holdings. So you have three unclaimed dividends on record here, and that may not be all.
How?
Legacy Access Bank means the stocks that were converted from Intercontinental Bank to Access. Access Bank acquired Intercontinental, and shares were allotted to former Intercontinental Bank shareholders at a specific ratio based on the acquisition prospectus. So what is going to happen is now that she's already opened her Atlas Portfolios account and Atlas is good at sorting these kind of things out, she's going to email them and request that they do a global search for all her stocks on CSCS and then move them to her Atlas Portfolios account so she can be able to see them. That's one. Number two, put in for her unclaimed dividends so they can credit her with immediate alacrity. Number two. Would that be all?
Okay, coach. Yeah. Then now about me. That honey. Sorry, one of the stocks I bought, honey floor. You said they're going to sell. Because I've been off for some time now, so I don't know the update about honey floor
How much
or
did you buy your
Honeywell.
money for?
I think I bought it at 12. That should be 12.
12 naira.
Either 12 something. 12 something or 13, I guess.
It was amongst the latecomers into Honeywell floor. Is that right? We'll take a look at
Yeah, a bit.
Honeywell. At the moment, no information about whether or not the buyout is happening anytime soon. What we have here is 17 naira 75 kobo. Sometimes it's good to just be off and come back to a surprise because the wait would have been longer, but now you're 5 naira per share in profit already. Is that?
Wow.
Okay, it was 1840 yesterday. There was a serious move between Monday and that's between Friday and Monday. So today, just like I explained initially, that the stock market does not move on a straight line. There will always be a dip after a major unusual rise. So that's what we're seeing currently. 17 naira 75 kobo. So if you bought at 12, you are 5 naira up. So imagine you put in 12 million naira when you bought, that would have bought you 1 million shares. Your 1 million shares now times 5 naira gain, that's 5 million naira profit already. Okay,
So, coach, can I sell? Can I sell, or I should just hold to it?
you are the CEO of your portfolio. Most of us bought because we wanted to sit out that buyout arrangement by the parent company. But if you are happy with your profit right now, why not? You can sell, bank your profit, and look for the next hunt or game to hunt.
All right. Finally, coach, you just mention one or two dividend stock for my wife so she can add to the portfolio? Though she bought Zenith last week, so
Okay.
which other one?
Dividend stocks to buy to add to Zenith. Why has she not bought an idea yet?
She's still, like I said last week, she's a newbie, so can she still go ahead and buy an
She
idea?
enjoy an idea of 4 times a year dividend, so
Yeah. Okay.
she can always change her makeup and anything she needs more often. So NIDF has to be on that list. Seplat is too expensive. That is only second stock that pays 4 times a year. So leave Seplat because the dividend yield is going to be low. Um, I am thinking that even UBA, but I do not want her to concentrate on banks because banks are going to struggle with capital gains. So it's good also for the money to grow. So we look towards, I have a concern with NACO. NACO would have been fantastic, though they don't pay twice, but they pay very good dividend and the reason well enough. Okay, let's leave NACO. Dangote sugar, 38 or below. The idea is, though they didn't pay dividend last year because of the foreign exchange losses, which happened to so many other companies, including a whole MTN that pays twice, but it can only get better going forward. So Dangote Sugar holds great promise in terms of capital gains in the future. And of course, dividend will also come
Okay. Okay, coach. I'm gathering my money. I'm gathering my money
in. It's all right.
because I'm coming with full force.
I
Guys,
trust
if you're
you.
not following coach, you are losing money.
You're losing money. Now, let me tell you, Mr. Chris, I love to hear
Yeah.
when people do this together. For me, that is my definition of a power couple. It's not about every time showing business and showing this is the real definition of a power couple, if you ask me. Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you, coach.
All right.
God bless. Thank you.
God bless you. We have Yomi in the building. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon, Coach. How are you?
Very well, thank you. It's good to hear from you. Please tell us where you're streaming from.
My name is Yomi Ige. I'm streaming from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in the United States.
Thank you very much, Yomi. We salute your courage to be up by this time in the US, knowing the time difference. Go ahead, sir.
Well, I'm on my way to work. It's 7:44 in the morning,
Oh,
and so
I
I'm
see.
actually on my way. I'm on my way to the hospital. I'm a doctor. I work in a hospital. I
Okay.
I came across your TikTok page sometimes about 3 weeks ago. So every morning when I drive to work, I normally log in to listen to you because I have a drive of about 40 minutes to work in the morning. I listen
Okay.
to you, and based on what you were discussing and everything, I'm a little bit older. I'm a bit older than your general population, but I'm very much interested in investments in Nigeria. So I took your advice and I tried to reach Atlas just to do my own investment on my own. I have my own stocks in Nigeria and everything being managed by a private wealth company that I use, but I just wanted to do something on my own based on the discussion you've been having on your TikTok page. So I contacted Atlas and I filled the form. Can you believe it's up to 4 weeks now? I've not heard back from them.
Oh, so sorry about that. And very good a thing you are calling at the right time because I saw Atlas's comments. So I'm going to bring them up to respond to you right away. I'm sure it's not something deliberate, and I want to assure you it's going to be sorted. Now I'm bringing them up. Just a moment. You will soon hear their response. And I can tell you, this is something we really want to encourage. That desire of yours must not go in vain. So just hang on. We are connecting already with Atlas. Hello, Atlas. Good afternoon.
Hello, Coach. Good afternoon.
Yes, did you hear our brother, Yomi, 4 weeks after submitting?
I heard him. I screamed here also. I said, wow, 4 weeks.
Yeah, yeah. I've actually, and when I went on your website, I filled the form, and everything went well because they told me I was going to hear back from you. So if you but so far at least I've not seen anything on my email.
Sincere apologies, sir. Can I have your full name? Let me check, please.
Okay, last name is Ige. It's spelled IGE, and
Okay.
first name is Abayomi. Abayomi.
All right, I'm checking, sir.
Okay, while Atlas is checking, it looks like we have lost them. Okay, that's not, Atlas is still on, fine. While Atlas is checking, let me quickly respond. E dossier, C dossier, I think I saw your question somewhere. It says, what link do you use to check for someone who lost track of their investments and dividends? It's the SEC portal for unclaimed dividends. If you don't have it at all, it's very easy. You may want to just DM me on Instagram. I'll send you that link so you can be able to check just using the name to search. It's a search portal dedicated to tracking unclaimed dividends. Okay. Euche Emmanuel, please, coach, what is your take on small feet? I have still not found to investigate small feet or do any form of analysis, so I really can't tell from a knowledgeable point of view. Atlas,
Hello, Coach.
when you are ready to talk. Okay?
Yes, I'm available now.
Okay, go ahead, man.
All right. Yes, we received your application, but we had two issues and we were unable to reach you. The telephone number you dropped while filling the form, we don't know if it's the number associated to where you are residing. We couldn't call, we couldn't do a WhatsApp, and the email address you also filled in was bouncing back. That's, I
Oh,
think, comcast.net.
yeah.
Sometimes all of these email addresses, they don't come in agreement with each other. There are times when, if I think most times, what's it called? There's a high T language to that email address they use. Sometimes it bounces back, and sometimes it can successfully go through. But I'm checking out that we tried reaching you, but we could not via phone number, via email. That's why your account is pending, sir.
Okay. Well, the phone number is my US number, and I'm on WhatsApp. So and my email is my email. So I don't know what's going on with the IT thing. And I get communication from Nigeria all the time, from my banks, from wherever. So but that phone number that you have there is that's my regular phone number. That's my US phone number.
All right, sir. Sir, do you mind if I drop you the phone number of the official line? While
Yes.
you can just drop us a message. I think it's easy to access you then, because for this foreign phone number it might take 2 weeks for your account to be opened manually. It's faster when you have a Nigerian phone number.
Yeah, but but though I have a Nigerian phone number, but I'm not. It's always switched off when I'm here, except when I'm in Nigeria. So what do you want to do? Do you want to email me your phone number, or what do you want me to do? Because I'm driving.
All right, I can drop the phone number in the comment section while we pick it up from there, sir.
Okay, yes, drop it on the comment, and as soon as I get to the office, I will communicate with you.
All right, thank you so much for your time, sir.
All right, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you very much, Doc. Be safe and good luck.
Thank
Hopefully,
you.
they resolve this matter quickly. Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot. Bye. Have a nice day.
You too. Bye. All right, thank you very much. Atlas, I would suggest you stay on also, so that because I know some people will be coming out with some of these complaints. Hopefully, we can sort them out. Is FTN Cocoa a good long-term investment? We are thinking so. I was even talking about checking what their first quarter result really looks like, but I haven't done that. It's good to target that stock when it drops from how high it went most recently. So, and I think that it is currently trying to dip from the high of, I think, 2 naira 70 kobo that it got to. FTN Cocoa was always under 2 naira for a long while, coming from last year into this year. How do someone buy a share? Zita Lily. Okay, Zita Lily, I will have Maobi respond to you. How does someone buy a share? Fortunately, Maobi has dropped out again while we are trying to reconnect to him. Let's hear from Fortune, who has been standing by. Hello,
Hello, good afternoon, Coach.
good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon, Atlas.
Your
My name
name?
is Fortune. I'm streaming from Port Harcourt.
Great, go ahead.
Please, my question is to Atlas. It still has to do with account opening. When my husband saw the results I was making here, he gave me money to invest for him. So I decided to open an account for him. But that account has not been opened till now. And that money, I don't want to return it. It's still in my hands. I don't want to return it. So Atlas, please, I don't know what's happening. That account has not been opened. And then
Okay, Atlas.
secondly, the my Wema Bank rights shares, I think that money has been deducted, but I did not get a confirmation email to say that the additional shares I asked for, the money has been taken. But I'm seeing in my portfolio that it has been taken. So I don't know if you can confirm that for me too.
All right, may I have the name of the customer in question?
Okay, the name is Asobiyata Ojenama.
All right, I'm still with you.
Yata, and then Ojenama is the surname.
Yeah, I'm with you. Okay, all right. You'll get login details today. In
Okay,
fact, in 5 minutes, just check. You get it.
very well, thank you. Then what about the Wema Bank additional shares? I know it has been deducted, but I've not gotten any receipts for that. Any confirmation from you?
All right. You mean in acknowledgement of the money being deducted? Usually when we deduct money from your account, you get an auto response mail that a particular sum of money was deducted from your account. But for the conclusion of the right being accepted and your subscription being submitted, that's a different mail. So once we are done with all of the rights, that's when you get a confirmation email from us.
Okay, no. What I'm asking about has to do with the additional shares I asked for.
Yes, the
Yeah,
younger one.
you should get an automatic debit
Okay,
email.
I haven't
And
gotten that.
all right, I'm sure it will
I
do.
haven't
You
received
know, you
that
know,
email.
there are a lot of emails, and the system also can malfunction for one reason or the other. But I'm sure you'll
Okay,
get. I can see in your account already, so just be rest assured, it will be
okay.
remitted on your
Thank you.
email.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Well done, Fortuno Genema. That makes you both a power couple also. Congratulations. By the way, tomorrow, Firma Bank
Thank you, coach.
issue will be coming to a close. All right, enjoy your afternoon.
Thank you. You too, sir.
Okay, Maobi, are you there? Someone was asking, how can I buy shares? Please respond. There could be many more others wondering how this can be done.
Yeah, coach. I'm right here. Hope you can hear me.
Loud and clear.
Okay. So for the purpose of every new investor in the house who wants to know the process of buying his or her shares, maybe this is your first time, right? First thing first, I like to advise that you don't jump into something that you are not very clear about. It's easy to have a bit of cash, and it's understandable that you want to put in that cash into good use. You don't want the cash to be, idling in your bank account or anywhere. But it's also important for you to make sure that wherever you are putting in this cash is very sustainable, that you know what you are doing and how to do it. And before I say more, I can assure you that the stock market is one sustainable investment channel that out of many that you can always explore.
Looks like we have lost him there through the sound, but he's still very much connected. Maui, if you can hear me, we can't hear you no more. While we're waiting for him to come. Okay.
Yeah, coach, can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay, I think I'll have to start afresh because I'm not sure, maybe I was cut off. So, like I was saying, you will need to get requisite knowledge that will help you understand how the market works in general. You need to understand how to buy. You need to understand how to sell. You need to understand how to hold. You need to understand how to analyze. You need to understand how to identify proper indicators that will guide all these decisions. Now, that is not to scare any new person here. All these things are easy. All these things are as simple as, going through information that is readily available out there. And when I say readily available, every single company listed on the NGX is actually obligated to make all their transactions, both financial, both at the boardroom level, public. So with all these informations, you can be well guided to know that a company is actually profitable and worth your money, or that a company is actually running into losses and not worth your money at the moment. So after gathering information, then you need to set up your investment channel, which is your stock brokerage account. Now, you can say that your brokerage account is basically, you can see it as your bank account through which you can carry out all your day-to-day transactions on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Through your stock brokerage account, you can buy, you can sell, you can also, transfer shares. There are lots of things you can actually do. Now, for the purpose of opening your brokerage account, we recommend that you go for a proactive broker that will give you some vital things that will be very, valuable for you in the business. By these vital things, real-time transmission of data is one of the key things that you have to look out for. And why is this? It will not pay anybody, to be buying a stock at a higher price than the stock is actually being sold for, which is the situation that you might experience when you use fintechs and everything. So we are recommending a broker that is live real time, that is giving you real time prices and also charging you reasonable commissions. And by this broker, there are lots of licensed brokers out there, but we in Network Investors Club, we have been using Atlas Portfolios I personally have been using Atlas portfolios, and I have found them to be a reliable partner in my investment journey. And you can also do the same. Once you decide on that, by that I mean your stock brokerage firm, then comes the important part. You need to decide on the stocks to buy. How do you buy? Again, simple as ABC. I'm reiterating again, simple as ABC. You basically do not need to give anybody your money to invest for you. It's a do-it-yourself club where you can, learn everything, invest on your own, and you can be sure that you can be as profitable as anybody. Buying, selling is as easy as going on your dashboard after you open your account and clicking a few buttons and the deal is done. Okay. But in investing, again, you need to be very careful. You need to be very smart. You need to be unsentimental. Even if you love a company with your life, that doesn't mean you should invest in that company. You have to be sure that this company is what aligns with either your long-term or your short-term goals. Now, remember that investing again can come in two categories basically. Either you're investing long-term, which is actually the best, from if you think about it, or you are investing in short-term securities, which means that you want to take advantage of market fluctuations here and there. In all these, it's very important to know that the stock market is never a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not a market where you are guaranteed to dump in something and you can take out something in a few days. There are no guarantees, but with proper guidance, you can be sure that you are in good hands to be profitable. So those are the steps that you need to take: research, learning, getting used to the market, choosing your broker, opening your brokerage account. And for that purpose, you can send Coach a DM on Instagram at World Coach Omiete, and he will send you the links, both the links to open your account and also to join the Network Investors Club. Feel free to communicate. Feel free to join in the group discussions. Feel free to ask your questions. Myself and other admins are always on hand, to hold your hands to profitability. So I think I have done a little bit of explaining there. If any more questions arise, I will be happy to take them, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Malvit. Well done. I hope no newbie is waiting for any more clarifications, because you have been very, very on the spot. Engineer Yemi says, please, Coach, what's wrong with VFD? The 5-for-1 haven't been implemented. Engineer Yemi, it takes time to allot shares when it comes to bonus or public offers. So you've got to be very patient. I hope you have not committed short-term funds into this. Emma Eni says, good day, Coach. What's your view about Ikeja Hotels? Ikeja Hotels has boomed above what we normally know it to be, more than 15 naira per share, and I would not recommend anybody buy it for now. Remember up to yesterday, somebody was asking, can I buy Northern Nigerian Flour Mills? It galloped to 131 yesterday, got to 140 something today, but it's retracing back. And this is what we know about the market. This is what a lot of people are not used to and do not know. And when you hear a stock is jumping, everybody wants to be a part of it, but that could just be the time not to get back there in, because a lot of profit takers will throw those stocks out at that top prices to collect. So at the moment, I do not think that Ikeja Hotel is what you should be investing in now. You may want to retrace, but I think the business is managed well, and it's beginning to tell with the stock performance so far. Coach, why is Bamboo saying insufficient funds whenever I want to invest in Sterling Bank, even when I have 260K? Chichoke Ihe Mereze. I am not in a position to explain that. I'm very sorry for that. In any case, you may want to engage with your customer service contact on the app. It could just be one glitch after the other with some of these apps, and a lot of times can really be frustrating. Ogunyomi Modukbe says, good afternoon, coach. Please, what website are you using behind you? I have so many websites behind me. Which of them are you referring to? Is it the one I use to check the stocks? Well, that's Atlas Portfolio's web portal, the portal that gives me access to buy and sell on the spot. So I guess that's what you mean, and that's what it is. Okay, Yemi, I've attended to your question already. If you are here, you are not following me, you are losing money already. You see? So let's keep going. Bring your questions in. Keep the calls coming in. Coach, please talk about ACM Research Stock. GNA. You guys are never tired of these stocks. ACMR is actually a US stock, and the last comment there from GNA says I should talk more about it. Well, what more can I say? As it is right now, ACMR, I would just want to say whether or not it is still okay to buy, because I think I mentioned that stock at $19 per share, it got to 25 in a space of 3 days or so, but I expect it to keep wobbling around, but the growth will be gradual. So, okay, it's at 23 now. Last week it was 25. It got to 26, I think. But even at 23, please understand, this is a fundamentally sound stock, and therefore it's a long-term investment. So though it was mentioned at 19, we just have currently it's at 23, down from the 25. You know what I told you about stock price movement. Never moves on a straight line. Even when a stock price is crashing, never crashes down all the way. There is always a turning point. So this could be the turning point from that initial jump from 19 to 25. And so it's looking like from this point, it may find a way to start going back up, or it will sort of consolidate around 23, 22, and then after a while, it will build some support from that 22, 23, and then continue its journey upwards. I am confident in this stock. Okay, in the last 5 days, it has lost 5%, and that's the retracement we're talking about. If you take a look at it now, you will see from this part, 25, it started dropping to 23 and dropped further. In fact, it touched 22. I think on the 19th of this month, which was yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yes. It even touched 22, and then it's now bouncing back to 23. I didn't take a look at it yesterday. It's a long-term stock, so I'm positioned there for the long haul, and I'm not worried. Why am I saying that? Because has a very great fundamental. Imagine revenue of 782 million, net income $103 million, basic earnings per share $1.70. It looks really promising, and if you go and dig further, you will find, I'm sure, analysts' expectations is that the stock is still undervalued at 23. So a long, long way to go, and hopefully it makes you a lot of money going forward. It was this, and then there is something that's happened to United Health. I told us, was it on Friday, that I think it was a good time to get into United Health because it dropped to 200 and something. Let's see what's happening with it right now. United Health Group. United Health Group Incorporated right, so sorry about that. It's been worked on already, and hopefully I come back on so we can keep going. Sorry about the hitch, no sound. Yes, it was frozen, but it's okay. It's not your networks. Hope we're back on live. It's not your network at all. Ladies and gentlemen on TikTok, if you can hear me now, just say yes, 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 yes. Sorry, it was a hitch, a glitch, and it's been sorted already by the technical team behind the scene. Welcome back. So I was responding to an inquiry from someone on Instagram asking for recommendations. Okay, it was here, right here. Thank you very much. Nuvigat, you said I should recommend long-term stocks, and I kept on going on and on and on. So let me go back to what I was doing before I got frozen. Number one, I mentioned QTix, I mentioned Charms, and then amongst the banks I mentioned UBA, Zenith, First Hold, then I also mentioned Dangote Sugar, NACO, Vitafoam, UPDC REIT, just to add a mix of real estate investment trust to it. And then I've also added a tip to it. The important thing is entry point. And of course, consumer goods, fast moving consumer goods stocks like UACN and Cadbury. I am thinking that Unilever will also go places. It's already flying above 40. And that means UACN and Cadbury have no other choice but to continue in that manner. Okay, so that's in response to that. Keep your questions coming in. Sorry, I lost some of you, but Atlas is still there, interestingly. All right, anybody who has any queries or concerns for Atlas, feel free to talk to us about it. So, okay, that's sorted. It's good to be back. What is the symbol for sword you mentioned earlier on the US market? Sword? I didn't mention anything like sword. Good afternoon, sir. That's from Destobos. Says, please, can you talk about Sukuk bond by federal government? I have done a lot of that in the video of the past 3 days. So you may want to check the YouTube channel and go through that. You invest in bonds, you are lending to the government, you put in some money based on the interest rate per annum for the number of years, which is the tenor, and then you get paid over that period. And when the bond tenor expires, your capital comes to you. That's the nature of bonds. For the Sukuk bond, already the interest rate is 19.75% per annum, 7-year tenor. Whatever you put in, you calculate what it is. How to do that? Contact your stockbroker to process your application for subscription. Coach, please talk about ACM. Okay, that's where I left off. Coach, I'm waiting for the link. Okay, Zatality, not a problem. Send a DM on Instagram for any link you want. Latif says, good afternoon, sir. Does Atlas offer any training? Not to my knowledge, Latif. My mother says, I really want to say something. Just because of your God, please bring me up. I really want to say something. Oh, my mother. Let me look for my mother. There's a handle here requesting to be brought up by the name My Mother. Can I look for you now and bring you up? I'm searching on the queue. I hope you have not gone because your plea sounds passionate. Still searching for the handle called My Mother. Oh, unfortunately, I can't find My Mother on the queue. of participants. I wish you were there. I hope we have not lost you because of the technical hitch. Okay, in the absence of that acquirer, let's go on to talk to Michael. And then we'll proceed with Donald Ngam as well. Please give us Atlas WhatsApp. Hello, Atlas. Could you type your WhatsApp? Amechi needs it. So, Amechi, watch out on the comment section. Atlas will type their WhatsApp link and number. Hello, sir. Atlas has typed their WhatsApp contact. You can have it, Amechi, if you are there. Coach, what's your take on VFD? Akumbi Mrs. say currently, if VFD goes below 16 naira and you are interested in a very long-term growth, value company, buy. But it doesn't mean it won't go below even 15. It's possible that if most of the shareholders of VFD receive their dividend, they might sell. And that may suddenly cause a huge supply pool, which may result in the stock price even going down. But it's a good stock to hold for the long term. So that's my take. Did we lose? Hello, Michael.
Yes, Coach. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. It's good to have you here. Tell us where you are streaming from. We already heard your name.
Yeah, Michael is here from Dubai. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Michael. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question for Atlas.
Okay, let's have it quick.
Okay, thank you. So Atlas, actually, I sent an email. That was, I think, last week. Though I got a reply from you, but I just want to get a confirmation if that will be possible. And the email was just about switching the individual account into a joint account. And that's the reason, that's the only way we can strengthen this account. So my wife saw the way it is going now, then she's like, is she not going to join? But if I should open another personal account for her, I will be the one monitoring it, but I would like it to be a joint one. So that's what we are trying to look at. Is it something possible? Though you replied the email, I got a reply that yes, you have gotten this email and you are looking into it. So for how long, and is it possible?
Atlas, over to you.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. I think I missed out some information. Are you trying to open a joint account,
There is an
or
existing
you have
account.
one before,
There is one
or you are
before.
trying to switch from your individual to joint account?
That is it.
Okay, that's your own individual account. You want to switch it to a joint CHN account, or well, an individual account, your details has been mapped to that account, to that CHN being created, and it is for an individual account. So if you want to own a joint account, you have to open a separate account as joint, you and your wife.
This is the
You
issue.
won't be able to adopt your individual CSA details into a joint account. No, you can't change an individual account into a joint account.
But I've received an email from you, from your office already, saying they are looking into it and they will send me the requirements. Sorry to say that online, but that's the email I got.
Of course, I'm sure you got a response from the customer rep. It's on my desk, but I've seen and gone through all of the response in and out. It won't be possible switching from an individual account, switching the account to a joint account. If you are doing that, all of the details required for joint account are not available. What was available was what CSCS used in opening the account for you. So if you want to maintain a joint account, you have to open a new account as a joint account. If you had an existing joint account somewhere and probably you want to maintain the CHN with us, it's a different scenario. I don't know if you get my point.
Okay, now, just to not to take much time from Coach, what do you think now? Because now the CHN number is the issue now, is it? Am I correct? CHN number is the issue now.
CHN is the issue because you want to maintain that same CHN you have
No,
as an
there is no
individual
issue with the
account
number.
to
There won't be issue with the number, but in as much your own account, the portfolio from your account, and okay, doesn't mean that any document issued on any stock we're buying is not going to reflect the joint account name or what. All what we wanted is carrying a joint name as a couple. That's what we are trying to do here.
Can I come in
Is
here?
it not
Can I come in
doable?
here? Can I
Thank
come
you.
in here?
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
I think it's a very simple thing. If it's not possible to adopt your individual account into a joint account, and there is an agreement that you both want to own whatever is in that individual account, the best thing to do, sell off what is there, then open a brand new joint account, fund that joint account with what you have sold off from the individual account to rebuy in the joint account. That settles it because it's a regulatory requirement. They can't swap an individual for a joint, but they can open a fresh joint that you are involved in. It's that simple. I think that's the best way to go.
All right. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate
Thank you very
it. Thank you.
much.
Yeah.
All right, bye. Okay, we have Ola.
Who put me there? I'm not connecting. No.
And then afterwards.
No. I'm not connecting. No.
Ola.
No. Hello.
Well, you called in. Ola. All right.
Yes, please. I think this. No. Hello.
Well, you called in. All right.
Yes, please. I think this. No.
Hello, Amechi. Are you the one who is supplying us that sound? See, I thought it. Popular business says Ola is shy. I'm now confused because that sound I thought was coming from Ola. Then I switched that off, disconnected, only to see that. Hello, Amechi. Can you unmute your mic? Let's be sure. Hello, Amachi. Okay, it's not even Amechi, it's Amachi. Are you there, sir? Well, don't think we're making any progress. Okay, it was Ola that ran away. All right. Every day they keep asking if Veritas is a good buy. Under 1 naira is a good buy, General Ray. Under 1 naira. Coach, it will be nice for the house to know the name of the Atlas representative that is speaking. Not necessary. GK Matic Man. Don't worry, just take it, it's Atlas. Coach, is NIDF still a good buy? 110, absolutely. What one is CHN number again? Baba Gift, never mind, it's not your problem. Okay, J Ace says, I was thinking of investing just 1 M in FGN Sukuk bond, but after listening to your advice, I thought I should double that. Please advise. go ahead and lock it in because bond rates are dropping and you just need this cash flow from everywhere, left, right, and center. You never know when you will be cash strapped and then suddenly it is a bond that just drops as your coupon for you to enjoy, to sort whatever that cash matter may be. Most importantly, it gives you that time value of money advantage of always having what to invest over the period before the capital comes back. So you must have used the coupons, which is the interest, to grow it over the lifespan of the bond. And that makes you more than enough money to dismantle anything called devaluation or inflation. Chukudi Paul says, how do we build wealth with dividend? Well, that's a completely different strategy. You want to focus on dividend paying stocks, the best in terms of yield and reinvesting them. Very simple. You build wealth by compounding your dividends earned from the stocks you own. That is to say, instead of spending the dividend on something else, you reinvest it in either the same company that paid the dividend, or you look for much more valuable ones than the ones that are paying you to reinvest the dividends. So the dividends are getting back in like fresh funds, yet you are not the one providing it because it's coming from your earnings from the stocks that you already own. By reinvesting dividend repeatedly over the years, you will find yourself building wealth automatically. And that's what we call compounding. What if a stockbroker was not used in accessing the FBN Sukuk? General checks, very simple, and it's possible. There are some issuing houses that may not be in the business of stockbroking. In any case, you still get to get your applications processed. Once your application is successful, you'll be getting your alerts. So, but if you have a stockbroker, it's straightforward and easier for you because you can always go back to your stockbroker. And of course, it helps you to monitor all your investments at the same time using the same platform. Do I have callers on Instagram? In case you're trying to call, I don't mind picking up, but I've severally tried to accept these calls and only to realize that they are not trying to make a call. Okay, Chiejine Ubome says, how do I join Discord? I'm going to share my Instagram handle now. Everybody who has not joined or you want to open your brokerage account and you need a link to do so, please, this is my Instagram handle. Search for me on Instagram and DM me. You want the link to open your brokerage account, you want the link to join Net Worth Investors Club. We are well over 2,000 members at the moment, and we continue to discuss the market, both international and local. And of course, we also have Nigerians abroad, Nigerians in Nigeria, and some foreign members of that club. Club is growing on a daily basis. We keep looking for means of investing, and we share all of those analysis and information together. And so that is the case. I sold some short-term stock and it has not reflected in my web portal account. Blessed to stay on top. Can I update you a little bit before we engage Atlas? If your account opening was done on the default setting that payment goes into your account, then expect that money 4 working days after you sold the stock in your bank account. It will not reflect on your dashboard unless you change that setting by emailing Atlas to give you the form to do so. Then every time you sell, you immediately see the money on your dashboard to be able to also buy again almost immediately. Okay, so if you still want to speak about this, Maybe we should contact Atlas to come up and talk to us. Coach, I want to buy down sugar, but it's saying not valid. Why? In Kilmaby, please respond very quickly. What platform is telling you not valid? Coach, what about ICO? And I want to start investing in dividend stocks. Any advice on that? Coming from D. D. ICO has remained stagnant for God knows why. 1 naira 60 kobo, 1 naira 70 kobo, that's where it's been stagnated. Sometimes when stocks behave like this, you just let them be until when they are ready to move. And if you're thinking of buying ICO, 1 naira 60 kobo is a good entry price, really. Feyi says, hello coach, what are some good NGX stocks that can be purchased at this time? I have done that. You may want to go and check the video after this live session so that I don't keep sounding like a broken record. I've done that at least 4 times or 5 times today, repeatedly. Sir, please, which penny stocks can I buy for long term apart from charms? QTix has been there. We've been talking about it since it was stagnated at 2 naira 30 kobo, but suddenly it's showing some serious strength. Market is showing some serious attention, and so you can buy QTix at 260. Unfortunately, it's even difficult to find at 270, 280. Let's see what is happening with it now. Okay, it's dropped to 279, which is cool. Okay, it's been trading for as high as 299 today. But I'm seeing that it's now dropped. Supply has really, demand has really reduced. I think they've sold down some. It's currently 279. So you may want to buy QTix. Then you can add UPDC at 3 and under. UPDC, not UPDC REIT. Okay? So these are some few penny stocks. And then wait for a stock like Name It. It doesn't have a good fundamental, so it's going to struggle. So wait for it under 3 as well. And then FTN Cocoa, wait for it to drop. It may just come very close to 2 naira, maybe 205, or even under 2 naira. There's a chance that will happen before any further movement. Let's see FTN Cocoa. FTN Cocoa currently 2 naira 13 kobo. So it's looking to drop drastically. Following the serious rise in the last 2 days. Coach, I used my first ever dividend from Fidelity to buy the 4 books you have recommended. Congratulations, Neil. You are doing well. I don't know if anybody remembers the 4 books, but if you do not remember or you were not there when I shared those books, just write books and then I'll mention them again. Okay? You're interested in hearing about that? And this is what I love about this community. Very studious, very intentional. As long ago as we did that, was it in January or February? Because I did the same sometime in November as well and repeated it around January or February. Someone still laid it to heart to go out there to buy those books. And that's what makes the difference in the end. So congratulations. So if you were not there when I shared those books and you were interested, just type books so I can do so. In any case, let me check for those books. They are all here. You see, Faye, there are very passionate listeners and they can only get better. I can tell you, they can only get better. Can I see your comments? Okay, Value Tech Gadget says book, Signia Buka says book. Okay, I'm seeing them on Instagram, Tijani Ibrahim, Star Essence. Okay, I'm seeing your books comments, but I've not seen them on TikTok. Okay, Olumide, Ogechi Okafo, Akombi, EMC, Purple Hibiscus, Splash. All right. Just a moment, I'll give you the books so you can source for them and be great yourself. Get a good grip of what's happening in the market, improve yourself, and keep going. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the 4 books are here. Okay, book number 1, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Before I bought my first stock 27 years ago, I had read this book severally and it scattered my brain. This book teaches you financial intelligence, the actual difference between assets and liabilities. While many people think that assets are things that you have, they don't understand that you can still have some things that will become liabilities. If the thing is not putting money in your pocket, it's not an asset. Book number 2, The Psychology of Money. This book will tell you that no matter what you earn, what is important is how you behave with what you earn. And if you don't behave well with what you earn, you will soon end up empty-handed, as though you never had anything whatsoever. This book helps you to give you that psychological and mental balance when it comes to money. This is what will stand you out from a financially illiterate person who thinks of marrying a second wife just because he hits a contract of 10 million or 100 million. Is this book. And then the other I shared with you, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. All you need to have the correct mindset without sufficient capacity to receive, you are hardly going to find enough money beyond your level at this point. And I also shared with you, this is the original copy when I first had this book. You can see it's the same book, the same title, but been reprinted. And so you are most likely going to see this. But if you see this, they are the same books. Well, take a look at this. I actually went to my library that time and brought it out. This was June 10th, 2015. How many years is that? Take a good look. June 10th, 2015. Can you see it on Instagram? My Instagram family. Can you see that? Can you see it? How many years is that? It's getting to 10 years. This work. And then the last one, okay. How many have I mentioned now? 3. The Richest Man in Babylon. You are most likely going to see it in these covers these days, especially if you are in Nigeria. Otherwise, this is the original print. Okay? The Richest Man in Babylon by George Clarkson. This is the book I recommended when I was talking about people should stop getting involved and being victims of Ponzi schemes in disguise. This book, if you read and understand and imbibe it, you will never be a victim of Ponzi scheme. The Richest Man in Babylon. Like I said, you may not see it in this copy. You may see it in this cover. It's the same thing, the same content. This was when? July 4th, 2015. See? July 4th, 2015. That's my library stamp. When I'm in the office and communicating with you from my home office, that's where I speak with you from. I dug this book out from there. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the 4 books he's talking about. Your intelligence. Ola, or do you now have something to say?
Yes, I do have something to say. Good afternoon, Coach. I hope you can hear me. Good afternoon, House. Good afternoon, Coach.
Wonderful. She finally returned.
Yeah,
Now
I
she's
wasn't shy.
good afternoon.
No,
Ola,
I
do
don't
you have up
have.
to 1,000
Don't
followers?
bother. I don't have. Okay.
All right, tell us your
Okay.
name.
So
Okay,
I'll tell
where
you.
are
My name
you
is
from?
Ola. Right. The first time you called, or you thought I was trying to call, I was actually eating. So I think I touched something on my phone, and so you thought maybe.
Okay.
Anyways,
Where are you streaming from, Ola?
from United Kingdom. I joined your live for the first time last month. Obviously, I was a newbie, no idea about stocks. I think I sent you a DM and stuff like that. You asked me to go and read. So I took some time off, and then over the weekend, I did read and all of that. By then, I opened the Atlas portfolio. Then, before that time, I used to trade on, we have this Vanguard that we use here. So I only trade Vanguard, the S&P 500. But after we spoke and you said you are giving individual stocks ideas on what to trade, I decided to open the trading 212. So I have two blah, blah, blah. And then I have the Atlas in Lagos. Anyways, it's been a very good ride because
Sorry.
can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I thought you were listening. I can hear you loud and clear.
Sorry. Okay, I lost you when you talked about how you were trading, you were investing on
the
Vanguard
S&P
and
500.
500. That's why I lost you.
Yes. Oh, okay. So I opened the Vanguard. Can you hear me very well?
Loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay. So I've opened Vanguard before I came to join you, right? So I was just trying to stay safe, and I was only trading S&P 500. Obviously in April when everything went down, my portfolio was in negative. So I was just thinking, what else can I do? So when you started giving ideas on individual stocks, I had to go and open the trading 212 because that one has individual stocks, unlike the Vanguard where you can only trade S&P. Okay, so I read over the weekend how to trade and all of that. I watched a couple of YouTube videos and things like that. And when you mention stocks to buy, I would just go, and initially I was buying being beat. Like if you mention stocks to buy in Lagos, I'll just buy few numbers. If you mention the one I brought to, for instance, when you mentioned Amazon, I bought fractional shares because I was not really sure, because I used to like to stay safe. So I went to buy Amazon, and then the first Amazon I bought a fraction. I bought at 173. I think Amazon is about 200 and something now. After that, I went and I bought. I don't like to mention numbers, but I went and I went to go and buy. I just bought a number. After that, I'm like, this thing is going up. Then I think you also mentioned what else again? You mentioned Google. From instead of me buying fractional shares, because I believed in you, I started buying in numbers. Unlike before, I'll just keep my money in S&P. I think my Google, it was Google, Alphabet,
Google
right?
was around 154, 155.
When I entered at 173, and I'm still keeping it. The Amazon, let me see if I can see how much I bought my Amazon. I think that one, I can't remember. Then you mentioned NVIDIA. So instead of me to buy a fraction, I think I bought about 10 NVIDIA or something. That one, I started at 102. And I think NVIDIA is 135 now. Then after that, you mentioned NU, right? So I don't even want to tell you how many numbers I've been buying since that time. I just started buying a lot. When you mentioned Novavax, that one I bought like 50. Yesterday, I sold 20 out of it. I sold 20 when the thing went to 8 point something. I entered at 6 point something. I set limit for 20. I sold 20. I kept 30. I'm just so excited because I don't know. You don't know what you've done. And obviously, everybody's testifying to it. I just joined you last month. I don't even think I think I joined about 17th of last month. This is 20. And I'm seeing a difference. I'm a believer in stock right now. Me that I used to play very, very safe. Now I just kept my S&P somewhere. I don't even bother about that one because he's still in negative. I'm just using this one to make new money now. Instead of, if I had not met you, obviously, I'll just be sitting down there and thinking, should I just take my money out? Should I just take my money out? But I just left that one and I started trading new stocks. I follow back to back in the night, middle of the night. Anytime I have time, I'll just, go over the Discord group, try and see what my OB, and all of that. You are really a good teacher. You are a good teacher because you take your time to keep explaining over and over and over again. Even sometimes I feel like I should be the one responding to these people because I don't have that patience. I would have said, go, you guys go and read up on what this man is saying now. But every time you're doing a very good job. You're doing a very, very, very good job. I'm proud to be a member of this group. And I hope that I'm not a shy person. So people like Biscuits, you said blah blah. I just laughed. I was eating, obviously.
The way you reacted, that made everybody believe that you were shy.
Yeah, I didn't even know I was going to be. You had accepted the call and stuff like that. Anyways, I'm glad to be a part of this group, and I'm spreading informations. I'm spreading words to people too. That they should come join you and stuff like that. It's really, really interesting. Thank you so much. God bless you. Kudos to and more grease to your elbow.
Thank you very much, Ola. Now it's my turn to really commend you. First of all, in spite of the disappointment with Vanguard and S&P, you had the courage to still listen up. You had the belief that there's still something in it. And that's what I always tell people who are able to overcome the initial disappointments investing in stocks. That listen, that's a sign for me that there's something in it for you. There is wealth in it for you, and you must take hold of that. It belongs to you. Now it's already showing, even without talking to you, I could tell that all those things I used to tell other people who found their way back in spite of initial setbacks, you are already doing it, and the result is there for everyone to see. Really, really dogged, very brave of you. And I can tell you, even the initial cautious steps you took were very normal. And that's because you had not too pleasant initial experience. But
That's right.
it's always advisable also for everybody to start small, test the waters. This proverb always say, when a new chicken arrives in a new community or environment, you test by stepping on that place with one leg until you find your foot fitting or footing, and you go all in. So it was a very timely step you took.
Yeah.
And we are very happy for your progress. Hopefully, you keep it going and keep getting better at this game.
And then, coach, this Nigeria stock, you just make me start packing stock. Today, you talk about an idea, I'll rush. Tomorrow, you say Presco, I'll go. Okomo, I'll go. My portfolio, don't pass like waiting. The thing just, I said, what am I going to sell out of this thing? Every day, I'm just packing. Those ones, so I started small, but now I'm just building up on it. If I tell you, I don't even want to mention, because I know I have some guys in that place that are buying millions, but you just make one I have to sell some of my money here. Like, let me just send it back home. Initially, I will just keep my money. If I make money there, because I have something I'm doing in Nigeria, I'll just take my money and then be keeping it in Forex here. The day I sold those money, people were asking, people are sending money back home. I just told them I want to send this amount of money. I'm taking that money to go and buy stocks in Nigeria. I didn't used to believe in this thing, but it's interesting, and I'm hoping for next year. By next year, I will have good and better testimony. So you're making us believe in Nigeria. Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much.
Oh, sure. Definitely. Where the money is where we have to go to. They have no other options. The idea is to take advantage of every opportunity there is and to create a better future for ourselves.
We'll stop holding our money in this place here and start sending our money back home. Let it work for us in Naira. Stop making people too excessively rich. Anyway, thank you for your time. Thank you. Bye. God bless. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so very much, Ola. Now we have heard from Ola. Now we know she's not shy. Now we know that she's really actively involved. I was even going to ask, do you have Nigerian stocks? And then boom, she reveals a little bit. For now, we're just going to patiently wait until we get her full testimonials. Hopefully, I would eventually be calling for testimonials building a website. It's making good progress, and joyfully we will all have good things to testify. So Purple Hibiscus, you can now see she's an Odogu stock trader. Indeed. Now you have confirmed to us that you are not shy. Thank you very much. And everybody here, you need to catch up and be fired up. Take a look at the bravery. Ladies in the house, that's a lady there, daring the undareable and coming out with the results. You would think that it's only meant for guys or men. Listen, this market is open for everybody. Don't be left out. Just do your due diligence and stay patient. And then before you know it, you have developed a strategy for yourself, by yourself, that you are most comfortable with. And the rest will be history. All we're trying to do is spread this news, help many others to come to terms with the fact that there's money to be made in the market. And as long as you are growing your net worth, like I told you, check what you are worth from the beginning of the year. By the end of the year, we'll be checking our scorecards individually, and then let's see how well we have progressed. It's far better than having your money idle away somewhere in the guise of protecting it against devaluation of the naira and so on and so forth. This is how smart money is made, and only smart people can make this smart money. Is there anybody still ready to be smart like us? Feel free to join us. We have 4 minutes to go. Let's see what we can do with the time left. Well, I can't have the time to go back to the market, but rather focus on your questions. I'm in same ride with Ola. Unfortunately, the timing is an issue on my side here in Canada. Olorikas, not to worry. We already have an inspiration in Ola, and hopefully Ola will give us some of her time from time to time to come up and be a part of our daily live session where many more others will be encouraged. You know, it's easier for somebody like her to encourage fellow diasporans than for somebody here to talk to a diasporan, because she sees from their own lens and she can be able to advise, having tested the waters back home in the capital market. Coach, please share the Atlas portfolio link for registration and the club link. Thanks, Chijioke. I shared my Instagram handle so you can send me a DM, because I can't stop the live session or pause it for that purpose. I'll share it again at Wealth Coach Omiete. Do well to follow on Instagram, send your DMs, and I will forward both the link to the Discord group where we are, so you can be privy to information before the live session or after the live session, because the market continues to trade for 20 more minutes after this live session, and the market would have traded 2 hours before we come on live. The idea of starting the live by 12 noon to 2 p.m. is so that those of us who are somewhere in U.S. and Canada, because of time difference, can manage to be able to join us. So we have 2 good hours to deal with live market action. Please, what stock are you suggesting for today? Valin, looks like you're coming very late. I've mentioned several stocks. If I want to mention again, then I may just miss out on some other questions I have not responded to. So what you can do is, later 6 p.m. Nigerian time, today's live session will be uploaded on my YouTube channel. If you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, this is the time to do so, so you can do catch-ups. Just in case work or business takes you away from the live session, you can still come back to listen to some of the discussions we have had here. The best thing that can happen is when you enter the market when there is a dip and panic. Salvation boutique, that's very correct. The only problem with that again is people need to be reorientated and helped through when there is panic, because everybody is scared to lose money and there's nobody courageous enough to come out there and tell the people, look, get in there, there's money to be made, forget the panic. Well, that was what I was busy doing here, and I really was sounding like a broken record that time, because after 27 years in the stock market, I can tell you we've seen ups and downs in the markets, and the only thing I could do was, those of you who follow me, talk to you to do this thing, because there's no better time to do it. right? She has mentioned NVIDIA, Google, and all of that. There are some that if you buy now may just dip a little. The problems with it that the tariff war has created is still not over in the US market. So expect some problems, some turbulence along the way. So as I find those opportunities, I'll surely share with us. 1 minute to go. And this is how we come to the end of today's live session. Really inspiring discussion we've had with Ola. And now everybody can go back home, dig deep, and prepare for the future. Like I said, we will make money this year. We're not done yet. We're not even halfway into the year 2025. Get ready, roll up your sleeves, and get set to take more action. Thank you very much, everybody. It's 2 p.m. when I call it quits. I have to go back now and see what's happening with foreign stocks as well, and we will continue discussions and communication in the Discord group. Thank you very much, Maobi. Unfortunately, today we had issues with the connection, but whatever we're able to make out of today, let's enjoy it while it lasts. And big ups to everybody who is doing their best to grow their money from any location you are in the world. That's what we're all about. Smart money can only be made doing what the rich do. And what does the rich do? The rich invest, the middle class save, the poor spend. Do not spend. Make sure you are investing like the rich, because we are actually securing tomorrow, and we are going to be the most comfortable people in the future towards our retirement. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a great one. See you again tomorrow, same time, 12 noon to 2 p.m. Nigerian time. Hopefully another explosive session. But for now, I would like to take my leave, and it is bye.